Hi, I got Guinness's Foreign Extra Stout. I haven't had this one probably in, let's see, 5 years, at least. It's 7.5% alcohol, brewed in Ireland. Don't know the date exactly. But on here it says 9011. So that's maybe means that the 9 stands for 2019 and the 011 stands for 11th day of the year. Sometimes that dating style is used. It's called like the Julian code. And I wasn't sure what glass to use for this because 7.5 shouldn't just be a pint glass. But a tulip didn't seem correct for an Irish stout. So I'm going to use my silly Spuds Mackenzie Bud Light mug, which a lot of people might think is totally inappropriate. But whatever, I never use it, and it's fun. It's more fun this way. So I've been drinking the extra stout a bunch, which is really good. I like it a lot, way more than the regular Guinness draft stout that's always on nitro, because that's only 4.2. Then the extra is 5.6, and this one bumps it up to 7.5, and it's supposed to be extra hoppy, a lot like their stout that they would ship all over the world back in the old days, because the hops would help preserve it. So we'll see if it's a little bit more bitter. I say generous hops. The head looks pretty dark. Poured it pretty hard, the way I like it. Pretty nice dense head. Not the creamiest it could be, but rather nice looking. And I'm not getting a huge amount of hops. At least it doesn't remind me of really hoppy American stouts. They don't use American hops in this, so that might be one reason I'm not getting like pine and citrus. I'm getting lots of roastiness, dark fruitiness, raisin, sort of like kind of like rum-soaked raisins, but I'm not getting a lot of boozy, rummy, no barrel or anything like that. But it smells really quite nice. It smells kind of like a chocolate with some dark fruit in there, a little nutty too, actually. But with these Guinness ones, it seems like I don't really smell much coffee. Maybe it has some of the fruity notes you get from really fancy coffee, but then in the flavor, I seem to get more coffee. It smells like, malted milk balls a little bit, but without much like really sweet chocolate going on. Mainly just the malt and the creaminess. Yep. Yeah, the hops definitely come into the flavor. I'm getting some herbal qualities and some very dark roast, bitter coffee qualities, like Italian French or French roast. That's nice. It's why I've been getting into these Guinness beers is because there aren't many Americans that are making this type of thing. If they are making more dry stouts, between 5 and 8%, they're making them with American hops and like cleaner American ale yeast. But I love the fruitiness that the English or the Irish yeast they're using brings, and that they're using European hops. Yeah, it's very nice. It doesn't have quite as big of a mouthfeel as I was thinking, and it hides the booze really well. It is quite roasty and bitter, though. That's definitely a robust quality about it. But a lot of Americans would probably want a little bit more mouthfeel to it. I wonder what the calories are for this. It's probably not as much as your average 7.5% American stout. But yeah, the bitterness is up there with some of your more old-fashioned, dry, highly American hopped stouts. It reminds me maybe a little bit of like Everett, which is Hill Farmstead's like porter. That one is a little bit more complex. This is just all roasted. I'm not getting a lot of chocolate. It's like really kind of burnt chocolate, maybe. And like burnt sugar and all that stuff. It's not really that caramely. And now I'm getting a little bit of heat, and the hops are kind of bringing this green, not quite minty, but herbal quality that's overtaken my palate, almost like an IPA does in a way, which is cool. There probably are very few beers out there that use this amount of European hops in the way they do with this one. It got some lacing. It's still thick foam on top. It's really well-made beer. I might like the extra stout a little bit more on this one. If you're in the mood for something bigger, definitely go for this if you want a really unique experience that you're not going to really get in America. Might be nice to pair this with some really big hoppy porter stout from America and see how the yeast and and the hops cause them to differ. But this is good. Really good 4.25, I would say. Goodbye.